Hidely ho ho ho, neighborinos. Welcome in. Chasing Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game. Hope you're having a great start to your day here at the lunch hour. He's Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe, Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, back at the Game Nashville studios. And we are live at Santa Fe Cattle Company on Music Valley Drive, right next to the Opryland Hotel. Come by and see us. And as we said yesterday, closing out the show, we're just going to have fun today, not have a plan, so nothing's going to change.
There we go. All right.
What's up?
This like we usually do everything. But no, we're honored. Thank you, Chris, the gang, for having us out
Got
here.
your grid filled out?
At Santa Fe today, so it'll be a fun show and a very festive atmosphere, a lot to be thankful for, and you guys being a big part of the show today. So come by and see us. We're here till 3 o'clock today. We like to say hi to you, and then got any presents for me and Chase, just drop them off at the front door. Gift cards preferred.
Yeah, we do like gift cards.
Gift cards are the best. Look, they show that you care, but you don't care too much.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
why I get the gift card.
There's some thought, but like, not really.
Yeah, that's it.
But they're fine. They're good. Nothing can go wrong with a gift card. Dr. Crane, how are you?
Doing well. How are the both of you?
We're good, man.
I was a little thrown off there. I was kind of dialed in. But yeah, I'm doing
You're
well.
always thrown off, and we love that about you, so that's okay.
Stay on your toes, ladies and gentlemen.
Head on a swivel, as Terry Crisp would say. Congratulations. Go out and look. I don't want to hear, the Pro Bowl doesn't matter. It may not have the same oomph that it used to, but congratulations to Jeffrey Simmons and Chim DK for being named to the 2026 Pro Bowl roster.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's still a big accomplishment.
It's a big honor, and then it's a nice little party you get out in San Francisco before the Super Bowl. But is DK the first rookie since 2010, Mariani?
Yeah, probably.
That made the Pro Bowl? Well, yeah. I mean, been selected. Now, you have alternates, and then guys drop out, and then there'll be somebody that'll fill in for you. Like Vince Young made the Pro Bowl in 06, and he was terrible because nobody wanted to play in the game.
Did they move it? They moved the Pro Bowl to it's Super Bowl week now, right?
Yeah.
Instead of the week like the week in between.
I think it's like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. I mean,
it definitely DK is the franchise's sixth rookie to be named to the Pro Bowl since the merger. The first returner since Mark Mariani in 2010. The others to do so. Can you name all the? I bet you can name every rookie for the franchise that's made the Pro Bowl.
Rookie. Steve did not,
including Oilers,
including Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell's one.
Bruce Matthews.
Nope.
It's got to be playmakers.
The rest are Titans.
Oh, okay. All right. So I can't.
Come on, man.
Who've made the Pro Bowl in their first year?
There's one very obvious one.
Chris Johnson.
That's one.
Vince made it.
Yep.
But he didn't deserve it. So that's 3.
Because Steve gave up his spot and Vince made it.
All right. The red.
Freak out.
Oh, Javon. Okay.
Yep. 99.
Yeah. So that's who made
I thought that'd be the first one you would say.
No.
Yeah.
Made the Pro Bowl in their first year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's 4. Who's the other 2?
Oh, that was it. It's DK, Mariani, Earl Campbell, Javon Curse, Vince Young, and Chris Johnson.
Pretty good company right there.
Yeah.
Mariani had a hell of a year in 2010.
I remember he was like, that was Fisher and Floyd. Well, I guess Mariani wasn't Floyd, but Fisher was always good about finding those diamonds in the rough. He was one of the best.
Well, there was a little conspiracy.
Yeah, sure.
theory.
Well, I'm sure.
Because his son went
Brandon?
to Montana, and he got asked about that. And Jeff's like, well, watch him play. Then make your decision at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That was it.
Look, I don't have any problem with that.
No.
I mean,
it's the seventh rounder.
Right.
Is like, all right, why not? Right? I mean, because you're not going to find a Brock Purdy.
Was Mariani even a 7th rounder?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the last pick of that 2010 draft. Remember who went first in 2010?
2010. No.
Played at Georgia Tech.
Oh, Calvin? No.
Georgia Tech. Titans didn't want him.
I thought you meant overall.
No.
Derek Morgan.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought you meant overall.
No, gosh, I remember went overall.
Now I'm curious.
Dominican Sue, maybe?
That might be right.
Quarterback for the Rams at the time.
Bradford?
Correct. Sam Bradford.
Was number 1 in 2010. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So he was the last one to get the big contract.
That's right. And after that, everybody, because Cam went next year in 2011 and didn't get that big deal that Bradford and Matt Ryan got some massive deal when he got drafted by the Falcons in 08.
Yeah.
Huge. But anyway, congrats to the guy. I mean, that's a huge honor still, especially we had DK on the show earlier in training camp. So here, let this be known at Titans camp. You come on our show, good things are going to happen. Pro Bowl. All right. Now we're not going to talk about the few that did not make the Pro Bowl. They came on our show, but those guys will talk about you.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's so funny to look at all these first round picks. 2013, Eric Fisher. Yawn.
But is he with the Dolphins now?
Yes. And I love that, like on the Wikipedia page, it gives Mr. Irrelevant also.
Was Suckup that year?
No, Suckup was probably like 09.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. So 2010 was Tim Toon, a wide receiver.
Tim Toon.
09 was Suckup.
09 was Suckup.
No.
I mean, look, you get drafted, you had an opportunity. Good for them. You know, Brock Purdy.
Purdy, yeah, I was about to say Purdy's a Mr. Irrelevant.
Didn't the Titans have a Mr. Irrelevant one year?
I think so.
I forget who it was. Dadgummit. Did the last pick in the draft.
Do you remember what year?
I do not. I thought Fisher was here, but who knows?
Well, hang on, I can tell you.
2016?
Was it 2016? It sure was. It was Kalen Reed out of Southern Miss.
Nice. Forever you're known as Mr. Irrelevant. That's a pretty cool title to have with you forever.
Yep. So hang on. So they have, all right. So this is kind of cool. So there are 1, 2, 3. There are 3 Mr. Irrelevants that have won the Super Bowl. And Ryan Suckup is one of them.
He was kicker for the Bucks.
Yep.
I don't know. I have no clue.
1994. I don't know when he won the Super Bowl, but this is when he was Mr. Irrelevant. Marty Moore was a linebacker out of Kentucky, selected by the Patriots. And then 99, Jim Finn, a running back from the Bears, selected out of Penn.
Oh, nice.
So those are the 3.
Right. Yeah, you still get it, and you get drafted and make the team, and who knows what could happen after that. So well done, all that.
Jim Finn would have won with the Giants.
Jim Finn. Oh, maybe he knows Hasselbeck. Was it 07?
Probably.
Jim Finn.
Yeah, 2007. Yep.
He's like, Finn me.
And then Marty Moore would have won with the Patriots.
Okay. If I remember correctly, Marty Moore stuffed Emmitt Smith's brother in the Peach Bowl when he played at Clemson on like the goal line. You Kentucky fans remember that. Marty Moore was a linebacker. He stuck Emmitt Smith's brother right on the goal line. Huge hit in 93 or 94, whatever that was.
615-737-1025. It's our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHoney.com. Adam in Portland was asking, wasn't it the punter that hit the Jumbotron in Dallas? He wasn't drafted. That was A.J. Trapasso out of Ohio State.
That's right.
Was an undrafted guy because Hentrick was still the punter.
Did a back problem or something was going on.
So they brought Trapasso in for the preseason, and he was the one. He's known for 2 things: running the fake punt for a touchdown in the Hall of Fame game.
Correct.
And then hitting the screen in Jerry's World.
And I think they wanted him during the season, but that's when they got Brett Kern.
Yes, because he had signed with the Jets.
Yep.
Trapasso, he was on a roster.
A.J. Trapasso.
And Kern had gotten released by the Broncos, and the rest is history.
Rest is history, yeah.
There you go. 615-737-1025. What's our question of the day?
All right, our question today is, what is your all-time favorite Christmas memory? It's our 19th annual Chase and Big Joe show, Christmas show. What's your all-time favorite Christmas memory? It could be a moment, it could be a present, it could be a trip, it could be something that happened. We want to know what your all-time favorite Christmas memory is when you look back. As you get older, you lose a lot of people. Your grandparents are no longer here, your parents are no longer here, so a lot of memories come rushing back over the Christmas season. So today, I know what your favorite. We're gonna have some positivity. Your favorite Christmas memory is today.
So mine would have been 7th grade. So I would have been 13. Yeah, I would have been 13. And I got a video camera and a new computer. And like they were both big surprises. Like mom surprised me with the video camera, dad surprised me with the computer. And that was like the best Christmas ever. Because that was, I was into videos and editing and all that stuff. And so I was really surprised and excited. And that was also the same Christmas night was the Cowboys and the Titans. And it was like 0.
So you were 13.
Yeah. And I couldn't go. My dad and uncle went and were going to take me, but I had been sick. And mom and dad were like, yeah, I don't want to get you sick because it was like 0. So I was upset because it was the Cowboys.
So you missed Keith Bullock's pick 6 in that game.
And that was really the birth of Mr. Monday Night, because that was a Monday night game.
Yeah, Aikman was out of the concussion.
Yep, it was Quincy Carter
was terrible. They had no chance.
Yeah, and the Titans won that game pretty heavily,
like 28-0, maybe.
Was it a shutout?
I could have sworn it.
So that was 2000.
Yes, sir. Yep. If I remember correctly on that.
That was December 25th, 2000. It was 31-0 Tennessee.
31-0. It felt good because.
Do you remember who the coach of the Cowboys was?
Was that Campo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Campo. Our very own Derek Mason opened the scoring with a 17-yard pass from Steve McNair. Al Del Greco with the extra point. And then that was in the first quarter. No scoring until the third quarter after that. Eddie George with an 11-yard rush for a touch to put the Titans up 14-0. Henry Ford, a 30-yard defensive fumble return at the 11:35 mark of the third quarter, made it 21-0. Mr. Monday Night himself, Keith Bullock, with an 8-yard interception return, made it 28-0. And then Automatic Al added a 21-yard field goal at the end of the third quarter to make it 31-0. So it was 7-0 to start the second half, and they scored all those points in the third quarter.
I'm not sure if Dallas crossed the 50 that game. I mean, they were harassed the entire game. And then the Titans had the week off, and then the Ravens came in the next week and beat them in the first round.
Yep. Ed Hockley was the ref. That's pretty cool.
No longer with us?
No, he is.
Okay.
His son, Sean. But, yeah, I always loved Ed Hockley. Here you go. I can give you the Titans had 23 first downs. Dallas had 6.
Good Lord.
Rushing, let's see, 58 yards rushing. The Titans did 86 for Dallas. Steve was 20 of 30, 216. I think he had 2 picks in that game, actually.
Did he?
Yeah. He was not sacked. Yeah. So time of possession, 34-34 for the Titans.
Well done, Chase.
Yeah.
There you go. Back there. Also, how about this? This question to you as well. What's a good Christmas present for the Titans?
Can I answer that on the other side?
Absolutely. So 2 questions. Favorite Christmas memory? If you could buy the Titans a Christmas gift, what would you buy them?
Okay. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. And also our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill, your Aries Tactical. Check them out at ariestactical.com. We're live at Santa Fe here on Music Valley Drive today. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. The Jackson 5 bringing us back. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. On this Tuesday, the 19th annual Chasing Big Joe Christmas show.
God, what a show. What a show.
We're excited. Terry Clark's supposed to join at, what is it, 2:10?
Okay, I didn't know this, right?
Well, you two had a thing way back when.
Bob Hope at 1:30, Andy Williams at 1:40. I mean, we got to, roll these people through a day.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, how about that Chasing Big Joe show? Tell you something.
So you asked in our question what I would give the Titans for Christmas.
Yes. You'd buy them a Christmas present. What would you buy them?
Reuben Bain. That's who I would give them.
Okay.
The more I watch this guy and the more I read about this guy, the more I'm like, please, for the love of God, put him in two-tone blue.
Okay. That's a good one. I'm very petty. I would give I would send the organization a Mike Vrabel bobblehead just to sit there and look, right?
I would take the Mike Vrabel bobblehead, but put a middle finger on it too.
I mean, it's Christmas spirit, Chase. Do that in January. No, he's 12-3. The Titans are 3-12. Send a bobblehead over there for all that for to let her have that and see what happens.
But, I mean, Reuben Bain in his 3 years at Miami, he's got 18.5 sacks.
Not bad.
It's not bad. He gets to the quarterback. 42 total tackles this year. I mean,
some have said, would you trade a high draft choice for Justin Jefferson?
I consider it. I mean, that's another thing they need. They need a playmaking receiver. And, I mean, Justin Jefferson is –
you'd consider it?
Is he what, 26?
Yeah. No, I'd be like, no, I'll drive up there and pick him up.
I don't know if I'd give number one overall for just him straight up, but
you get a few of the things, but your number one ain't guaranteed to do anything, and Justin Jefferson is. Can you imagine him on this team?
Oh, my gosh. With Cam, I actually think that could be pretty good.
Yeah, right?
You get here's the other thing. I would love to see a scenario that, and it's going to be tough because I think they're probably going to pick like 4 or 5. Can you move, if you're picking 4 or 5, you could probably get Bain. You could probably get Bain at 4 or 5 because I think that's probably where he's going to be. But you could trade back a few spots and maybe grab an extra second that you could then use to move back into the end of the first round, because I'd love to see a scenario where they could get Jeremiah Love. If they ended up, and I know people are like, well, you don't really need a running back, but if the receiver is not there and you could grab him, and again, he's an offensive playmaker to pair with Cam Ward, I think that would be a good
just debated move. Tony Pollard yesterday.
I know, and Pollard's fine, but
I don't need a part-time player at 2. I need you to come in and play a lot.
He probably would.
A lot. I mean, like if you're like
I know
Reuben
that's
Bain.
not. I know Reuben Bain would be. I mean, you put him with Jeff, and maybe you get something out of Sweat there in the middle. But Adam in Portland wants to answer both our questions. Adam, what's up?
Yeah. So my best Christmas present ever, man. Like I grew up in the poorest state, in the poorest city, and we were the poor kids. So you could like we didn't have a whole lot growing up. But my grandmother, man, she had 1 million grandkids, and she would start buying in January. And one year I got an accordion, but it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. Like she would always find a way to make everybody's Christmas like individualized and special. So I always go back to it doesn't really matter your situation. Like, I look back on how she did it. So she set the standard as far as Christmas goes for me. As far as the Titans, man, I would buy them a Chad Brinker early retirement, honestly, because I think if we could find a way to get him out of the picture, maybe I could start trusting them again. But I feel like as long as he's there, I'm going to wonder what he's doing behind the scenes. So I would just find a way to make him not be a Titan.
Okay.
Oh, Merry Christmas to you guys, too, by the way, you and Nick.
Merry Christmas, Adam.
Thanks,
appreciate it, buddy. Always appreciate you listening.
We still don't know what Brinker does, right? We still don't know if he has the final say. We
think we do. I don't know.
I don't think we do.
I think
knows.
he probably just gets dry cleaning at this point. I don't know.
I mean, nobody. That's the problem. Again, nobody knows, and he'll probably try to take credit for DK and Cam and Iron Manor and Gunnar Helm and those guys, the playmakers they picked in this draft. And if Jackson Slater could turn into something later on, plug in that guard position, man, you got some stuff happening.
615-737-1025. 0134 is a new owner for the Titans Christmas present. Steve in the Borough says, I'd buy the Titans a number one wide receiver for Christmas. Let's see.
But give me someone established. Give me Justin Jefferson. Make a trade
Justin
for it.
Jefferson. Yeah. I mean, if Minnesota is kind of like, all right, we need to kind of rebuild, that's a great chip to trade to rebuild.
Yeah.
And the thing to consider is if they're like, we want a 1, and the Titans give up the 1. Now, again, is 5th overall straight up for Justin Jefferson a fair trade?
No, probably not.
I think something else needs to come back too. But that's your first round pick, and you've checked the box of a position of need. So
You're right.
Yeah, you miss out on some young players, but you're getting an established guy that's all automatically going to make your team better.
Yep.
With adding him to your team, I would do it. Yeah.
In a heartbeat. You got your number one guy. These drafts, you're not guaranteed anything, man. So let these guys go out and do it and see what they can happen. You get a Justin Jefferson, make him work. Got number one.
And there are quite a few edge rushers, in the late first, second round. Steve says the edge from Texas Tech is a dog and would be a great fallback first round pick. I think his star is rising, though, and he may go in the top 6.
Is that the Rodriguez guy? The linebacker?
Yeah.
It's the thing. I need to know more about this Texas Tech football team because we spent very little time talking about them, and they're one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, Jacob Rodriguez.
He's a dog.
He's a dog. Lance in Clarksville, what you got?
I would give the Titans for Christmas a one-way ticket for Amy back to Houston, and she could never come back. She could still own, but she just couldn't have any contributions to the team, and see what we could do.
That's a great one, but she is her father's daughter. She cannot stay out of her own way.
Oh, I know. He got rid of Bum. She got rid of Grable. I mean, the apple didn't fall very far from the tree. Can't fix stupid and arrogant.
You are correct, sir.
Thanks for the call. We'll ask Terry McCormick what he thinks coming up next. He will join us, Titan Insider. What would he get the Titans for Christmas? We'll do that next. Chasing Big Joe live at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive, 102.5 The Game. Didn't we already do this one? Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Here on this Tuesday, this Festivus. Some airing of grievances will happen later in the show. But right now, we say hello to Terry McCormick from TitanInsider.com. Terry joins us now. What's up, Terry?
Oh, not much. Just watch the Titans go through their little bit of their walkthrough as they get ready to practice today because of Christmas being on Thursday. They've kind of moved everything up today, so we'll talk to Cam Ward after practice and then be in the locker room after that.
So I'll start with this. One of our questions we're asking is, what would you get the Titans for Christmas? And it can be a player, it can be, we've had some jokes of a new owner and all that stuff. I said Reuben Bain out of the University of Miami. I'm very intrigued by him. The Titans obviously need pass rush help big time, and I think they could address that with where they're going to be picking, which is probably, top 5, top 6, somewhere in there. But how would you answer that question?
I think it's I'm going to go with kind of a philosophy. This team needs to get faster. They need to be faster at receivers. They need to be faster at running back. They need to be faster on defense. I think more team speed up and down the draft.
I think that's fair. Now, with that said, watching Tony Pollard over the course of the last few weeks, do you think he's played his way back onto this team next year?
I would think so. I mean, I thought he probably would be a cut candidate in the off season, or actually before that, I thought he might have been a guy that they would move at the trade deadline. But to be honest with you, the way he's played the last 3 weeks, I see no reason not to keep him around.
Talking to Terry McCormick on the Chasing Big Joe show. Terry, by the way, you are the very first guest on the 19th annual Chasing Big Joe show, annual Christmas show. So thank you.
Oh, well, thanks. Glad to do it.
Yeah, you're the first guest today. So that's a lot of honor, man. So you got to get things going with that. Let me ask you this. What team that's having success in 2025 can give the Titans hope? Is it the Panthers for what they've been doing, or is it another team? Because I think the Panthers are what the Titans were 2 years ago.
I would agree with that. I think the Panthers are probably in that mode. If you want to really take a big step and say maybe it's the Bears, because, the Bears are a team that had been down for several years. Then all of a sudden they draft Caleb Williams, and they don't make that big jump in year one, but then they make a big jump with the coaching hire and the development of Caleb Williams in year two. I think more realistically, it's the Panthers, but if you really want to, set your sights high and say, can you be this? It might be the Bears.
Oh, yeah. I mean, exactly right. You talk about it. A new coach came in. Everybody put Caleb Williams down like he's not going to be any good and all this other stuff. And then you see what he's doing. Plus, they got a safety on that team, Terry, named Kevin Byard, who was pretty washed up here in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how guys find new life once they get a change of scenery. I was just remarking out there to some of the other reporters, how many former Titans were in that New England and Baltimore game on Sunday Night Football? I mean,
right.
There was Derrick Henry and D-Hop on the Ravens, and then Mike Vrabel's just got a whole posse of former Titans on his coaching staff and on his roster.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, real quick, what was the rub that Rand Carthon didn't like Byard? Because he felt he made too much money?
I think that was it. I think he felt like Byard it was $19 million that he was making. He felt like that was way too much for any safety to be making. Well, that probably, that might have been correct technically, but I think he underestimated what Byard meant to this organization and meant to this franchise. You think about it, Byard was really the spokesperson for this team throughout most of the Mike Vrabel run.
Right.
He was the guy that everybody went to in the locker room. He was very good with the media. He would tell it like it is. And really, until Jeffrey Simmons started to grasp that concept and that role as this season has gone along, they really didn't have anybody to fill that.
Terry McCormick is with us, TitanInsider.com, as they get ready for their game this weekend. I mean, look, I know people are a little upset that, okay, they won. They've, won 2 out of their last 3, and they're playing a lot better. That means no first overall pick. But I mean, Terry, I look at this as, especially with some of the guys you just named, including Cam Ward, how important it is to finish the year on a strong note and kind of have some confidence when they get ready for the new coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much carryover there will be because there is going to be a coaching change, and a lot of this roster won't be back next year. But it is important for the young guys. These guys that are still under contract, for multiple years. These guys are in their first or second year. Not only Cam Ward, Jim Dike, and Gunnar Helm and the rest of the rookie class, but you got to look at young guys like Cedric Gray and James Williams and J.C. Latham. Some of these guys that are completing year two, and you figure it's important for those guys to start stacking some wins together too, because this team hasn't done a lot of winning in the last 3 or 4 years.
What do you think this does for Mike McCoy? I mean, I don't believe he might get an interview out of courtesy, but he's not getting this job. But what do you think it does for his career that either they look at, okay, he could be an offensive analyst here or get another job somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to them granting him a courtesy interview if he wants to do that here. But I do think that, the fan base would probably revolt if McCoy was the hire here, for the full-time job. Now, that said, they opted to keep Mike Mularkey on an interim basis, and that actually worked out pretty good. But I do think for Mike McCoy's situation, I think with this team responding a little bit better to him and the way that they've played over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think it's a situation where, he's going to look better as a guy maybe that some team would want to bring on as an OC, as a quarterback's coach, as something like that to help develop maybe a young quarterback in their own right.
All right, Terry McCormick going with the Chasing Big Joe show. All right, they got 2 games left. The Saints, who might be the hottest team in football, coming into town this week, and next week the Jaguars. Do you see any – look, there's nothing to play for. I understand all that, but any change in the game plan, any more trick plays, any more – all that nonsense, what you do towards the end of the season, or they're just going to stick to their plan, which they've done the last 4 or 5 weeks, run the football, throw the ball down the field, and see what happens?
Yeah, I think they probably will stick with it. Let's hope they don't try that jet sweep down on the goal line again. We've seen enough of that. But I think they probably stay pretty straightforward and try to, get the most that they can out of what they've got. If you might see a situation where they'll go for a 4th and 2 instead of punt, in a certain situation where maybe if it's a tie, if they were in a situation where they could potentially make the playoffs or something, maybe you punt in that situation. It's like, go for it. What do we got to lose?
Terry, let me ask you this. I don't know if you recall this top of your head, but Cam Ward's taken every snap this year, right?
I believe he has, yes.
Yeah.
When's the last time a Titans quarterback took – and I'm probably jinxing him now. I'm sorry, Cam. A Titans quarterback took every snap the entire season.
Wow, Tannehill might have. I don't know. But when he had that run when he first got here, maybe in 2020, he might have taken most every. But I do remember this. I wrote that he had broken Steve McNair's Titans record for consecutive starts when he made his 49th straight start. And that's the first time he got the ankle rolled up on and messed up, and he was never the same after that. So,
you blame you for that.
Yeah. So yeah, you can blame me for that one. So I'm not going to jinx Cam Ward in that way. He's got 2 games to make it to the finish line.
So so you think Tannehill the 20 season could? Because I can't.
He played in 16 of 16 games.
Is anybody else listed as with a pass attempt if you've got it in front of you?
That's what I'm looking at right now. Give me just a second.
Because we know it wasn't McNair.
Every snap is pretty impressive because, a lot of times in games that are blowouts, you'll pull the starter and just let the backup mop it up or whatever, or, that sort of thing, or even just take a knee or whatever.
Right.
Logan Woodside appeared. He was 3 of 1 for 7 yards.
3 of 1.
Yep.
1 of 3.
1 of 3, sorry.
He's
3 of 1. They should have
triplet.
As soon as I read that, I was like, wait, that's not right. Yeah.
And the 20 season he had?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Adam Humphries.
He was a receiver.
Yeah, but
that would have been a trick play probably.
Yeah, he tried it, and and Kern attempted a pass too, I guess, on a fake punt.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, it's been quite a while then since the same quarterback has taken every single snap.
That's like
Yeah.
a Manning or a Brett Favre stat, right? I mean, didn't Manning refuse to come out of games? They were either getting blown out or way up. He never came out.
Right. I mean, that's one of the things. Those guys don't want to give up snaps very easily.
No, they
that's
don't.
for sure.
Hey, we were talking earlier about Jackson Slater. The draft class was good with Cam and Chip DK and Ayu Manor and Gunnar Helm. How's Jackson Slater, the 5th-round guy out of Sacramento State, the guy that loves to block people? I've heard nothing about him this season.
Yeah, it's because they haven't really used him except on special teams. I think he runs out there when they're attempting a field goal or an extra point, and that's about it. To my way of thinking, I'd like to see what he can do and see if, what he looks like going forward. Because, I mean, a guy like Kevin Zeitler's not coming back. Why not give him some snaps and see what he looks like?
Oh, I totally agree with that. And see, you got 2 games left to do this. And so we'll see. It'd be funny, though, next week, Terry, if the Titans, they go play the Jaguars, if they knock them out of some seeding or some position next week, would be just the icing on the cake for this season.
Yeah, I mean, it would be, I guess a statement game as much as this team can make a statement game with 3 wins right now. But yeah, that's, we've seen stranger things happen when the Titans and Jags get together. So who knows?
Terry, appreciate it. A Merry Christmas to you and the family, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, Merry Christmas to you guys and yours too. Thanks.
Terry McCormick from Titan Insider joining us on the program. We'll have more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe live at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive here on 102.5 The Game. The good old boy from Tupelo that later called Memphis home.
Man, let me tell you about this song. When we recorded this song in 71. It was Joe came to me and said, "Hey man, I got a Christmas song for you." I said, "Man, I don't know Christmas spirit." So the next thing I recorded the song, it was a top 10 hit for us.
It was good. Actually, 1957 is when this came out.
Good Lord, really?
Mm-hmm.
He was 22 years old.
Well, he hit it big. There's a great documentary called Elvis 56, and that's when he was 21 years old. He went on Ed Sullivan and got the Elvis the Pelvis. He got arrested for indecency and all that stuff.
Right.
And that's really when he took off. But I just love. I think my favorite thing about Elvis songs is the Jordanaires as the background singers. They're just awesome.
Yeah, pretty good.
There's a great recording of "Burnin' Love."
Lord Almighty.
That includes the who is it? It's an orchestra, and it's just so cool with the it's the Royal Philharmonic, and like they did the record, like they re-recorded it with it, and it's really cool. So that's a good one. 615-737-1025. We're at Santa Fe here on Music Valley Drive today. Dr. Crane back at the Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Game Nashville Studios, home of the $99 yearly Beehive membership, where the buzz is always about great service. Let's go back to the phones. Doug wants to weigh in. Doug, what's up?
Hey, first of all, Merry Christmas to you guys. If I don't get a chance to tell you Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Doug.
Okay, and I'm too lazy to look, so I know there's people thinking Tank for first place draft, and everybody's kind of saying they wiggled their way to third or fourth. But can you guys look at the schedule of the teams that are probably first? Is there a way for the Titans to, I guess, lose and other teams to win that will vault the Titans back into the first round draft pick?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's impossible, but like they have 3 wins. The Jets have 3 wins, and the Jets win the tiebreaker. I think Cleveland would win a tiebreaker.
Cardinals have 3 wins.
Raiders have 2 wins. Giants have 2 wins. And then, the Cardinals have 3. So, I mean, right now, they would basically need to lose out and everybody else win out.
But can you guarantee me with that number 1 pick, you'll get a guy who gets in here and can be a game changer? I mean, you don't. You can get that same guy first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whoever it is, though, Doug, has to come in and contribute immediately.
Well, I think a lot of people, and Doug, I don't know your thoughts on this. I think a lot of people want him to get the number 1 overall pick so they can trade it.
It sounds like a business move to me. That's the reason why I say, I'm not saying tank because this team is feeling better with a win. They need to go into the offseason with wins. But in the business sense and the business thinking, if you get the number 1 pick, how do you manage it in the best interest of what makes everything better for the team going forward?
That's a fair point. Thank you for the call, Doug. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Doug. The top story on ESPN.com, sources, NBA looking into new ways to prevent teams from tanking.
I mean, look, teams don't need to tank. The latest mock draft from CBS Sports has the Giants getting the number 1 overall pick, but trading it with Cleveland. Cleveland then selects Dante Moore, quarterback out of Oregon. I don't know about that. The Raiders at number 2 select Fernando Mendoza out of Indiana. The Giants had moved back to 3, take Carnell Tate out of Ohio State. The Jets at 4 take Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State.
The list was done when they said the Browns were taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
They're not taking a quarterback.
I don't think so. And at number 5, 3 straight Ohio State picks. The Titans select Arvell Reese, linebacker from the Ohio State.
I don't think they'll take a linebacker. I think they're after a edge rusher or a playmaker.
Well, it says this. Arvell Reese has played linebacker, but is best rushing the passer.
Okay.
So he's a pass rusher.
Sure.
And then Reuben Bain goes 2 picks later to Washington.
After watching Reuben Bain versus A&M and most of the games this season, I mean, that guy.
If you're picking 5th, take him.
Yeah.
Take him. The so-called experts might say, "Oh, that's a little bit of a no." Take him.
Well, I was never sold on Abdul Carter. We talked about that. I was never sold on him. I'm like, because we got drunk on Curse in 1999. Like, that's the guy, who is comparable to Javon Curse coming out in this draft. Reuben Bain to me is.
What are I don't know how much you have watched him, but Jordan Tyson, he's the wide receiver from Arizona State.
Pretty good.
He's projected top 10, top 7.
Who's the receiver for Carolina that played Arizona last year? We never heard about him. I forget his name. He's killing it in the league. It just Dr. Crane, you know that guy.
Ted McMillan?
Yeah,
there we go, buddy. Killing it, man.
Now this is at pick 12. They have the Chiefs taking Jeremiah Love, which they need running back. That would be dangerous. Kendrick Falk, 13th to the Cowboys, the edge rusher out of Auburn.
Yeah. Who do we have on the show from SEC Media Days from Auburn? Is that him?
It might have been, yeah. It might have been.
Because he was gigantic. And not only that, he was so nice.
Yeah.
This guy's a gentle giant.
A lot of wide receivers. I mean, that's
the game,
happens.
Brother.
Yeah. I mean, you got Denzel Boston from Washington going 14th overall to Baltimore, which is an interesting one.
Pass on Washington running backs because of Bishop Sankey.
Well, he's a wide receiver.
Oh, okay. Maybe I should pay attention. I should pay attention to the show.
If you want to. I mean, it doesn't matter. Mekhi Lemon, the wide receiver from USC, going pick 20 to Pittsburgh.
Now, Pittsburgh needs a quarterback, not a receiver.
Yeah, they do. I'll tell you who I like is the Concepcion kid out of A&M. I think he's a later first-round pick, but at receiver,
there's a lot of good talent. Because that 7-on-7 world now is dominating sports, which I hate. But a lot of these receivers now, it's become a game of throwing the football down the field. Football's cyclical, man. It'll go back to power running. Some team will come back with a power runner and a big offensive line, and that'll switch the game back again. It changes every 4 to 6 years.
Pick 28 to the Rams, Colton Hood, cornerback out of Tennessee. He's had a good year. He's been good. So, yeah, none of these matter right now.
They don't. and that's the whole stupid, Tank got to lose. If you can guarantee me that the number 1 pick is going to come in here and make the Hall of Fame, then Tank.
If they have a top 5 pick, they're fine.
Yeah, right.
And whether if the guy you want is there, then you take him. And if not, you trade back.
Your number 1 pick has to start immediately. Has to. There's no more waiting around anymore. Your second rounder probably has to start immediately too. Third rounder, yes. And after that, develop guys. But those 3 should start immediately on your football team.
The only reason, we had a texter, was the Titans don't need the number 1 pick. The only reason I wanted them to have it is to trade out of it.
Yeah.
And get more draft capital. Because this team has, 3 picks in the top 100 right now?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they need more than that. So, I mean, if you can, even at 5, if you've identified, I keep using Reuben Bain, but either Tyson or Bain, which is a receiver and an edge rusher, two positions you desperately need. If you've identified that those 2 guys could be there at 7, then move back to 7 if you can, and add, because the big thing to me would be moving back in the top 10 to late top 10, and then using some of that to move back into the end of the first round if there's somebody there that you want.
If you can get 4 of the top 100,
yeah, you're good.
That's great. I'll take that all day long.
Yeah.
But those 4 got to play immediately, right?
Yep. 615-737-1025. We'll talk to Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe live at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive, 1025 The Game. Hour number 2, Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. We're live at Santa Fe here on Music Valley Drive, having fun for our last show before Christmas. Off the rest of the week to spend time with family, and hope you do the same. But we say hello now to our buddy Tim Hasselbeck, Innsworth football coach and ESPN NFL analyst, who joins us now. Timmy, what's up?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We're doing fantastic. It's kind of fun to watch the Titans when everything's going right, and that has been so rare this year with this group. But I watched that game, and you can say what you want about Kansas City and not having Patrick Mahomes. Cam Ward played a pretty good game.
Yeah, and I think you saw the physical, ability to take over, which I think is plain for everyone to see, and I think it's easy for people to get excited about that. So I think that's part of it as well, just because when you see the, for lack of a better word, like the Sports Center type throw, the highlight throw, like the draft reel throw, when you see those things, everyone's like, oh, okay, like imagine how good we can be, right? Like I think that's part of it. So, because I think it had everything, in terms of completing a lot of passes, not throwing any interceptions, and then all of a sudden, and you have these plays that other quarterbacks probably can't make.
So here's what's starting to happen with me, and I think a lot of Titans fans, is when you see him do those things in a game like last Sunday, you start to let your mind wander of, well, what does this look like when they do add some pieces, when they go get the number one receiver, when they, continue to tinker with the offensive line and give him more time to throw, when they get him a pass rush on the other side of the ball that, can do that, it's like, okay, maybe this is what we've been talking about the whole time of you get him weapons, he's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and I think that's the case. I feel like I've said it a bunch this year, in our conversations of quarterback being a dependent position. Look, Drake May is having more success because, some of the players around him are better than, like he's had before, right? Like that's part of it. So I think other pieces in terms of, really productive player that win matchups and make the play and all that stuff, I think that's needed. I feel like we've talked about that type of stuff going back to the preseason, where it was like, hey, how do you do in the preseason? It was like, actually, I thought he actually played pretty well. He needs guys to make plays for him. So, yeah, that'll be the case. But I still think, and I think I will take this, to the grave. Still the most important thing isn't the wow plays. And I think watching Brock Purdy play last night is just confirmation of that. You need to be able to do that first, and then you need to be able to do the wow play. It's almost like you ever see a piece of art and you're like, honestly, a third grader could have done that. That's who's the artist? Jackson Pollock. It's just splattered all over the painting.
Yeah, that's when Joe draws a picture.
Yeah, so I mean, just Ali, anybody could do that, but somebody had to explain to me that those artists, if you gave them a pencil and you were like, hey, draw this person's face perfectly, they'd have been able to do it, right? So, but it's kind of their artistic ability goes beyond, it's a similar thing to me. I think you need to be able to do the basics first before everyone gets enamored with the wow stuff.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking to Tim Hasselbeck on the Chase and Big Joe show. Tim, Friday night before the Alabama-Oklahoma game, they were talking to Kalen DeBoer and to Brett Venables about, hey, how are you going to win the game? They're like, we got to control the line of scrimmage. You're talking to Mario Cristobal on Saturday. How are you going to win the game to control the line of scrimmage? Have we gotten away of not thinking that having a powerful offensive and defensive line is enough? I mean, because you hear these coaches, they're not talking about scoring points or tackling. We got to control the line of scrimmage. Is that how it's always going to be successful, having those powerful offensive and defensive lines?
Yes. And anybody who thinks it's anything other than that, I don't think gets it. Now, listen, have there been examples where somebody wins when they weren't better from? Sure. Like, you take the game this weekend. Like, Titans' time of possession was 38 minutes. Like, to Kansas City's 22. Like that, like, you just, those things matter when you are beating people up front. Like, I can just tell you from being a coach now, like, I don't care who you have in terms of skill position players. If you are not good enough up front, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, you can't coach through getting pushed around up front.
Right.
Like, there's not a scheme that you can kind of come up with if you can't hold up front. Like, are there little things you can do to, like, maybe give your guys that maybe aren't as good, like, a little bit of an advantage? Like, sure, you could do that with maybe some angles, with some certain types of runs, or like defensively, maybe some stemming and moving that can help you get an advantage, or, a pressure that helps you at the right point. But, like, if you look at the like, a lot of people think the Houston Texans have the best defense in football right now. Go watch them play. Like, Matt Burke's going to become a head coach. He's a defense coordinator because, like, those guys are so good. Like, they rush 3 or 4. Like, pretty much every third down. They're kind of like, yep, this is what we're going to do. We're going to rush 3 or 4. And because our 4 that we're rushing a lot of times can get home, like, that's just what works for us. Like, that is still the easiest way to win in football.
Yeah, I loved hearing DeBoer, Venables, Cristobal talk about controlling the line of scrimmage, because that you're right, that is football, and that gets things done. And you see, the best way to keep another team from scoring is to keep them off the field, right?
Hey, yeah, and listen, you mentioned Cristobal. Like, he's an offensive line coach. I remember calling some of the Miami games, and Reuben Bain, who's going to be a first-round draft pick, they had him as a true freshman. And between Bain and I forget the guy who they had played at tackle, they had 2 true freshmen starting for them. And I don't know exactly what they had to pay to get them, but they made it very clear, because I forget who their quarterbacks were at the time, like Tyler Van Dyke and, like guys like that. Like, they basically were like, yeah, we really don't care. We're investing in these offense and defensive linemen that are going to be first-round draft picks. And when it all, when these guys get, a few snaps under their belt and stuff, like, we're going to be just fine. And truthfully, like, that's what's happened to Miami. Like, that's, people can be like, oh, they got the quarterback from Georgia, Beck, and all that stuff. It's like, no, it's the guys up front that make the difference.
Do you like Reuben Bain? Because I've kind of been obsessed with him and would love to see him with the Titans.
Listen, when he was a freshman, okay, Jason Taylor was a defensive line coach. He and I were, I guess, played against each other and then worked at ESPN together for a little bit. So he and I were just talking before a game. He just was like, this dude's a first-round draft pick. I was like, he's 18 years old. And he's like, yeah. He's like, just wait.
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, they need a lot. They need receiver. They need, pass rush. They need O-line, what have you. But if they're picking 5 or 6 and he's there, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, look, he's just – the way that he is built, he's built to be a first-round defensive lineman. And then, I think the way that he's been coached and the way that he's developed. And then I would also say this, I am generally impressed with guys that come in with massive expectations and then meet or exceed them, don't fall short of them, because I think that there's a mental toughness and want to that's associated with those guys that is that's impressive. And I think he would fit those categories.
Tim, when we got off the air with you last week, Cam Ward had his press conference and it came out how he wants to be in on the meetings with the new coach, whatever. I got no problem with that. People went up in arms like, oh, he doesn't deserve that. I'd have no problem, Tim, of him sitting in talking to these coaches and saying, I think we discussed this a little bit, like, what's your philosophy? What do you do here? What do you do there? What is your thoughts on this? Is it okay if he sits in on these meetings?
Yeah, I don't believe that he's established enough to feel like he has that type of influence. I don't. he wants to meet the guys and ownership and the front office and the leadership want to, say like, look, we want to see the interaction between, Cam and the new head coach, candidates and things like that. Like, sure, but like he hadn't done enough to feel like he has that type of influence over, hiring the next head coach, in my opinion. I mean, I just look that in some ways, be like would people in Indy been okay with Anthony Richardson sitting in on it?
That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
And listen, as well as Trevor Lawrence, should Trevor Lawrence have been involved in the in the hiring of Liam Cohen, or I just for me, I think that I think you need to have a contract that's like an absurd starter contract where the team is just so tied to you. You've signed a deal where you're making $50 million a year, and it's like, yeah, look, we know where, like, we've made our bed with you. Like, we know that you are going to be here as the quarterback for sure. No, like, even if whatever you throw twice as many touchdowns or interceptions next year, like, you can be involved in this because like you are, a pillar, a cornerstone of our organization, like that type of stuff. But if you're talking about a guy that, it is, never put together a successful winning season, yeah, I don't think you deserve that type of influence.
We'll have more with Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. Coming up next, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Continuing our conversation with Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. Tim, do you think the Patriots at this point are battle-tested enough? I mean, I watched that game on Sunday night against Baltimore, a very good team. They battle back, they win the game, and I know there's been a concern of, they just don't have the experience when it comes to playoff time. But, man, I feel like that's going to be a tough team to beat.
Oh, there's no question they're going to be a tough team to beat. I mean, I think that, look, the more I mean, you guys have heard me. I feel like I'm, president of the Drake May fan club. But I feel like has just such an ability to control the game because they've put so much on him. And I think he's the kind of guy that can handle it. So, like, if you look at the other night, and the other night it was a unique way in terms of how the game played out because of the Lamar Jackson injury and stuff. But, like, in the most critical moments, he seemed to be playing the best. And I don't know. It doesn't look fast for him, right? It doesn't look frantic. He never seems hurried. And I feel like it's just a trait like I've seen in other quarterbacks that I think, that have been incredibly good. And I think that's how Drake May is. And I would say this too. There are three quarterbacks that when I see them like climb vertically in the pocket, like aggressively, and I would say it's Allen, it's Herbert, it's Drake May. Like, I think they're like indefensible. Like, I think that they can be that good. So, listen, is New England a perfect team? No, they're not a perfect team, but they've got 12 wins. I think they're really well coached. Their quarterback is definitely doing a really good job. They're well prepared. You can see it when you see them play. And so, yeah, like, I think at this point it's fair to say, like, look, it'd be disappointing for them if they're not in the AFC Championship game.
One of the things that we always talked about with Vrabel here was some of the assistant coaches that he hired. He inherited Arthur Smith, who was the tight ends coach. He made him the offensive coordinator. That turned out to work out pretty well. But then past that, he struggled. He brought in people that he knew. Is Josh McDaniels going to – does Vrabel deserve credit for that? Because I think we all know what Josh was as a head coach, but as an offensive coordinator, he's been really good, especially, that we've now seen he can help develop a young quarterback like he's done with Drake May.
Yeah, he's been excellent. I do think Vrabel, deserves credit for it because I don't think it's easy to bring in, listen, it's a big hire, I guess I would say. And so, and you can only choose one guy. So I do think like the fact that, he made the decision to bring him back, understanding, what he's going to put on the quarterback and how he's going to do those things. Like he's going to know, in the hiring process of what, what the feel of the offense is going to be. So I do think he gets credit for it. Now I think that, I think it's fair to say that Josh McDaniels deserves a lot of credit, and I think the players, that are part of it deserve a lot of credit as well. But I think that's part of it. Look, when you're a head coach and you make a decision, you can't hire everybody, right? Like, so you got to make a decision and I'm sure that there were other good candidates that he said, no, I'm going to go a different direction than that. And so, I think the head coach should, I don't want to say take a victory lap on it, but certainly a good choice.
What did you do when you became head coach at Innsworth? Did you call guys that you had talked to years before? Hey, you want to move to Nashville and coach with me?
Yeah, I definitely did. There were some guys that, I don't want to, a lot of these guys are working other places and much higher than the high school level. So there are definitely guys that considered moving to Nashville to being a part of it. And that's exactly what I did. And, some guys I knew, some guys I didn't know. And so, and even now, right? So I think that we've put, and I've talked to you guys about this, but I think we've put a pretty good group together, at Innsworth, and I've had guys reach out, like good quality coaches reach out and say like, hey, do you have room? And honestly, it's like in some ways, I'm like, I can't believe I'm saying this because of who that guy is. But like, no, we don't. Because, we haven't had guys leave, and, we're certainly happy with the guys that we have. So, I do think that, like, if you think about what Vrabel did with, I forget, Terrell Williams, right? Like, he made him his defense coordinator. And, and then he gets sick. And so, he's not available. And so then you're making adjustments. And I think he's done a good job. I think he's done a very good job. And so while, like, you can't do it on your own, that is a big part of being a head coach. I think he's done a good job with it.
I think, like my best friend's a head coach in college. And, it's like when he got the job, he's like, all right, what now? I mean, you want that job. It's like, all right, you got a plan. You've been talking about yourself for years. And that's at any level, right, Tim? High school, junior college, college pros. I mean, you sit down like, all right, there's more to this than just calling plays and getting things done. So I give a head coach a little break sometimes who's new, just for the fact of this is a brand new world for them to see what they can do. Because I'm sure it was for you.
Oh, listen, there's so many things that need to be done, and so many things that, like, you don't even realize they need to be done. And that's why it's like, it's probably like, hey, a quarterback gets too much credit when a team wins and loses. Well, and, like, it's very similar to the head coach standpoint from, when you think about the number of things that need to be done, whether you're an offensive, like, I mean, just like Green Bay is a good example, or in San Francisco, another good example. Like, I'm just thinking of some of these guys. Like, those coaches have turned the entire defense over to their defense coordinators. Kyle Shanahan is basically like, Robert Saleh, like, do what you want, right? And LaFleur is like, Jeff Hafley, do what you want. And, like, there's a reason you do that, right? Like, it just, like, you find a great offense or defensive coordinator and you say, look, I'm gonna trust you on it. And I'm like, look, Vrabel, I think, has basically done that on the offensive side. Saying, like, look, Josh McDaniel, like, I've seen your work before. I'm comfortable with it. Like, do what you do. Like, and I'm going to be okay with it.
Oh, absolutely. In 2002, the NFL went to their 4 divisions and the 2 different conferences. And Tim, I don't think I've ever seen the NFC West 3 teams that could all win the Super Bowl. I mean, you could take Seattle, San Francisco, or the Rams, and I'd ride all 3 of those teams to the Super Bowl. Can you recall a division being that good from top to bottom, or the top 3 in that division?
I think over time, let me think about that. I mean, I think there have been times where, like, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, have been pretty good. But I mean,
these
the
3
NFC
are good.
East has had its, the NFC East has had its moments. Like, I mean, look, the Detroit Lions are an 8-7 team. Not to say that they're, but, like, you think about Green Bay, Chicago, and Detroit. Even Detroit this year. So, like, yeah, I mean, look, I think I would agree with you because I think all those teams are very good. I think their coaches have done an incredible job. And certainly this year, I would say that is the case. I'm sure there's been years where you can say there are 3 teams that, that competitive, but I think it's fair to say that you could have the NFC representative in the Super Bowl from the NFC West and have 3 legitimate options.
I was like watching that game last night with the Niners, and you talk about Robert Saleh and the defense, hawking guys, and Brock Purdy, perfection. I mean, that's a team. I know it sounds kind of trite, but that's a team. You got 11 guys on defense, 11 on offense, all pushing the same way. That was a fun game to watch last night.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right about, like, the buy-in on the team aspect of it. And when you think about the significance of some of the injuries that they've had to deal with and the things that they've persevered through, I mean, look, Mac Jones had to go on, a successful run as their starter for a while. They lose Fred Warner, who, is probably about as big of a loss as anyone can sustain on the defensive side of the ball. So I think that, they've had receivers that have been, in and out of the lineup and struggling. So I think if I'm remembering correctly, it was this year, like, McCaffrey wasn't totally healthy to start the year. So I think that, I think when you can survive that, that's pretty impressive. It's one of the things about Green Bay. Look, if Green Bay can survive the Parsons injury, then I think that you got to give those guys a lot of credit for, managing through that stuff.
All right, we're going to put you on the spot. February 8th in California. Who's in the Super Bowl?
I'm going to say Buffalo, and I'm going to say, I'm going to say Buffalo and the Rams.
That's
okay.
exactly what I was going to say. So you need to change your pick, Tim. Yep.
Exactly.
Like
yes.
Wait a second. We picked the same?
Yep. I just think the Josh Allen factor you talked about, that team's playing well. And then, of course, I think the Rams are I think that loss helped them the other night, showed a few things they could work on. But I think the Buffalo and the Rams in the Super Bowl. Absolutely.
All right. So who are the four teams in the conference games?
That's good. I think it's going to be the Seahawks and the Rams. Rams win that one. And then I think it's going to be Buffalo. And I don't think Denver makes it. I think
New England.
I think Houston makes it.
Houston.
Houston. Wow. So no Jacksonville. Not a believer in Jacksonville, huh?
No, not at all.
I think it's interesting, though, because I think you got a couple of teams getting hot at the right time. And then you got some teams that are starting to – like that win that New England had Sunday night was huge for them because I think if they had lost 2 in a row, then we could be having a different conversation.
I think you're exactly – I was having a conversation with my brother about this, about guys – like the team getting hot at the right time. And, to your point, Chase, and I think it's a good one, just about like who you are right now is not who you necessarily were in September, because Jacksonville just went to Denver in a playoff environment and put it on the Broncos. They're an 11-win team.
Yup.
And their quarterback is maybe, last couple of games has been as good as anybody.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, what's happened to Baker Mayfield?
I don't know that he's played poorly. I thought the difference in that game the other day, I don't know if anyone was watching it, but there's 12 seconds left in the first half, and Tampa's 0 blitzes Carolina, and there was really no need to give up a touchdown. It really ended up being the difference in the game when there was no timeouts for Carolina. Like, I think sometimes, some of these games that aren't the marquee games, you see some coaching mistakes that, don't get the attention that I think they should get. So I thought Baker was generally fine in that game. I think Carolina's probably, an improved football team, much like a team that wasn't the same in September.
Yeah.
But I thought Tampa did a bad job coaching in that game, and I think that was the difference in it.
Oh, absolutely. And then the Saints come to town this weekend, Tim. And you talk about games nobody's watching, but I mean they're 5 and they're now 5-10. I can't pronounce the quarterback's name. Is it Schla?
Shuck.
Although there's no,
that makes no sense.
Makes no right.
Sense. But that's what we're going to call
him. Shuck. All right. I'm a closet Saints fan because I was a fan when Ditka was there in the mid-90s, and I hated Aaron Brooks, drove me crazy. He's a quarterback, long story. But I like what they've got there. I know you can't carry over, but I like the way this guy who everybody put down, I like Kellen Moore. I mean, there's a little hope there for this Saints franchise.
It's another team that I think when you look at it, you're like, oh, well, you know what? They've gotten better. As the season's gone along, they've gotten better. And I think that's hard to do in the NFL. It's hard to do in the NFL because people, it's just, I mean, we see it here locally, right? Like it's hard to see improvement when you get off to a tough start, but they've done that. There definitely signs of life for the quarterback. And I don't know why you don't like Aaron Brooks, but I would have guessed that you were like a Bobby Hebert fan or somebody. That's why.
Him and Jim Haslett broke my heart, man. They had a lot of momentum in the early 2000s, and it was terrible. I got tired of him throwing interceptions. I was done.
I'm not gonna lie. I totally age profiled you when you were like a Saints fan from back. Like I wasn't thinking you were gonna go like Ditka era. I thought you were going back to like Jim Mora era. I thought it was going to be like Billy Joe Tolliver, whoever was there at the time.
Right.
Like, I just you threw me like I thought you were saying Pat Swilling. like you chose like a totally different era. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay.
That I did that to you.
When Ditka took over in '97, his two quarterbacks that first year were Danny Werfel and Heath Schuler. And so he had no chance of ever winning anything. And then he gave the draft up for Ricky Williams the next year. I mean, Ditka was a disaster, but I like Ditka.
And that's why, and that's why you were drawn to them. You were like, "Let me find a disaster. I'm going to become a fan of theirs." That's,
yes.
I mean, that's yeah,
right.
okay.
That's our
I
Joe.
feel like I'm not going to lie. I feel like this is lining up, Joe. I just
Tim, Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope you guys have a great holiday, and always appreciate you. And we will talk next week.
Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you guys have a good one as well. See ya.
See ya. Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst, joining us here on the program as he does every Tuesday at 1:00. We'll react to some of that and get back into our question of the day. We are live at Santa Fe here on Music Valley Drive, just by Opryland. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, hey guys, Big Joe here. Listen, we talk all the time about anxiety and depression, two words that can just wreck your life if you let them. And men, sadly, most of us lead lives of quiet desperation, but it does not have to be that way. That's why we're so honored to be partnering with Unity Psychiatric Care, based right here in Middle Tennessee, to get you back on track and living the life you deserve. You know, reaching out to someone and talking to someone changed my life, and I want the same for you. Here's all you got to do. Just go to GameNashville.com. Click on the Chase and Big Joe show. There, you will see a link for Unity Psychiatric Care on the right side, and start taking back your life. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth. No one's got to know. I just need you to reach out if you are struggling. Or you can call 1-888-508-8002, 1-888-508-8002. Also, you may be the one who notices a loved one isn't doing quite well, and you could be that person to help turn their life around. Again, let's go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and there on the right is all the information you need for Unity Psychiatric Care. We tell you all the time how much we love you, and help is just around the corner. Take back your life, and please know you don't have to go through any of this alone. Again, the GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and let the journey to wellness begin.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, here at Santa Fe, hanging out on this Tuesday right before Christmas. Big Joe's been going around, and I didn't realize you were working today too. You just
I am.
turning tables.
I'm also a hostess here at Santa Fe out here at Music Valley Drive. God, meet the people, man.
I love it.
A lot of our listeners stopped by today to say hi. We appreciate you guys. We're live at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive out here. Later tonight, I'm taking Chase to see the lights at Opryland.
Yes.
Put him in the back seat.
Dr. Crane, too.
Dr. Crane will be in his booster seat, and I have you guys in the back seat.
You seen the ice sculptures?
We're not. No. We're not doing that.
That cost
tonight.
too much, buddy.
Not
Not this year. Maybe next year.
Well,
You said that last year.
yeah, exactly. That's what they were saying.
We'll drive you around Opryland tonight.
Was that David?
It was.
That was good. By the way, okay, so random thing I saw on Twitter, which you got to be careful with that sometimes, but I don't know who this is. Jim Bianco at Bianco Research, July 19th at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Dr. Crane, do you know what's happening that day?
July 9th?
19th.
19th.
This coming year.
I
Yep.
believe the World Cup.
That is the World Cup final. For the low price of $49,115, I can put you on the 50-yard line for the World Cup.
You can forget that.
There are seats in the end zone for over $52,000. Again, on the sideline, 51. The cheapest that this guy is showing is $28,350.
Good Lord. Don't we have games here in Nashville?
No.
We have no World Cup games in Nashville.
No,
There is a Women's World Cup qualifier, I believe, in like 27 that's still being bid on, but that's all I know of.
So what cities got games? I thought Nashville. I need to pay more attention.
Atlanta's one of them. I know New York, New Jersey, Kansas
usual.
City. Yeah, all those big giant cities. Somewhere in California, obviously. Then there's a few up in Canada, but that's about it. There's not any in Nashville, unfortunately.
Oh, we're going to get a World Cup breakdown from you in the spring?
No. If Italy doesn't make it, probably not.
Okay. I thought you loved soccer.
Yeah,
thought
I
you
mean, I
loved
do. Don't get me
gaucho.
wrong.
No,
Like, U.S.
no,
men's
look,
national team would be decent.
I think we this summer we will have we can get it sponsored together at CromwellMedia.com. We'll have Dr. Crane's daily World Cup update. I think that'd be fun.
I don't think he wants to do it.
Oh, I'll talk about soccer any day of the week, Joe.
No,
You
you-
kidding
You
me?
just said if Italy's done it, you're not going to talk about it.
Well, look, it's a
talking-
sour subject for me because Italy hasn't made the World Cup since 2010, and I was probably in the, I think, 9th grade. No, I was in the 6th grade.
Well,
So it hurts a little bit.
hey, here's the thing, bud. You're an American,
Yeah.
so
Right.
this is America.
Well, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'll cheer for the United States of America for sure. Red, white, and blue. I bleed red. But at the same time, I grew up watching Italian soccer, and those teams back in the 90s, early 2000s were just, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Just-
We got to convene in Italian here. That's what I'm hearing, right? Convene in Italian.
Look, all I'm saying is the United States has definitely upped their game in soccer, and I think they will have a good competition this upcoming summer. I think they will be
In the
competing for the
US,
World Cup.
aren't we terrible in soccer? Like this team's supposed to be really bad.
Used to be. I think this is the golden era of U.S. soccer right now. You have Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams. I think this is a team that can go far. It's just a matter of, picking and choosing their battles, and statistically, they can do that under Mauricio Pochettino.
Well, under who?
Mauricio Pochettino. He's an Argentinian coach,
That doesn't sound American to me, buddy.
but he is a really good coach. He's better than what the U.S. have had in the past.
All right, I don't know anything about any of this, so I know that. Did Italy win it in '94?
I believe so. I know they won it in 06 and then 82. I have to go back and look.
Yeah, please go back and look. Let us know.
Excuse me.
Dr. Crane, you know how soccer was invented?
I don't know, Joe. Enlighten me, please.
I have no idea. I'm asking.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
Well, no, I can't give you the origin story. I was going to ask you if you knew the answer.
No,
Al says a soccer segment could be called a Cup of Crane.
I wouldn't mind that.
we gotta get better
You're
than
so
that.
nice. Kenny the mailman wants to weigh in. Kenny, what's up?
Have you kept me on hold for soccer talk?
Look, Kenny,
So
I'm
sorry.
things
okay.
happen, man. This is what
Chase,
happens when you don't have a grid.
I heard you rattling off those quarterback stats earlier. You just still struggle with math, don't you?
I do. Help me out.
Well, don't worry. 4 out of every 3 listeners still love you.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Oh, yes.
Hey, I got a Christmas gift for every Nashvilleian.
What's
Have
that?
y'all watched the documentary movie called Love You Bum on Prime Video, the story of Bum Phillips?
I have not.
Oh, hey, everybody needs to see it. Not only because it brings back my teenage years in the 70s and following the Oilers, but it is a microcosm of today because it shows how Bud Adams made a terrible decision and got rid of a coach that had won 10 games in a row for 4 years, something the Oilers had never done before. And it haunted him, but Bum was an old man. Amy's done the same thing, but Vrabel is going to haunt her for a quarter of a century.
100%.
Well, Kenny, the question is, what would drive her crazier? Vrabel winning the Super Bowl or the Houston Texans winning a Super Bowl?
Oh, I
don't know. But in the documentary, it showed the day they lost to the Steelers in the playoffs on that controversial call, they had 250,000 people show up at the airport, the Astrodome, and line the roads to greet them back. And within a few years, Bud Adams had made so many people mad they couldn't even get a couple of hundred to rally to vote for the new stadium.
Wow.
It is a great deal. But yeah, it was 250,000 people to greet a team that lost the playoff. Can you imagine that?
Is that documentary? Is that where Bum Phillips called Terry Bradshaw into the locker room before the game?
Yes.
Is that part of it? And gave him a thing of boots?
Yeah, they interviewed Terry Bradshaw. They interviewed about 4 Steelers. And the thing is, Bud Adams got so mad because they couldn't. He said we couldn't beat the Steelers. They've been losers all these years. He didn't realize there were 10 Hall of Fame players on that Steelers team.
Right.
And so in his mind, it was the losing Steelers, and he fired the greatest coach he ever had because of his image of the Steelers he had instead of what they really were. You really need to watch. And I asked John McClain because 2 or 3 of his writer friends are the commentators for the documentary. It's great. Hey, everybody have a great and safe Christmas, most of all. God bless.
You too, Kenny. Appreciate you. So what year was that?
79 season?
So that's when Bum got fired?
After that, yeah. Remember, that's the Mike Renfro caught the pass in the end zone.
Yeah.
They didn't have replay, and they couldn't know he caught it, and the guy said he was out of bounds, and the Steelers went and won the Super Bowl.
So who was the coach in '93 when they lost to the Bills?
Party.
That was
Jack Party.
That was Jack Party.
Yep.
Okay.
And
or 90 was 93, 92?
92 season.
90, yeah.
No, wait. 93 season, they lost to the Chiefs and Joe Montana. 92, they lost to Buffalo.
Yeah.
In the
and
playoffs.
Kevin Gilbride and
that was the 93 season.
That was Gilbride and Buddy, right?
Buddy, yeah. Yeah, started swinging the sidelines. Yeah. We'll take a break. I got something for you. I looked this up. When Kenny was talking. The one stat in the NFL they say it's the NFL's most unbreakable stat. And the more I look at it, the more I'm like, yeah, it's a one stat during a game, which will never be broken.
We will discuss that coming up next, live at Santa Fe Music Valley Drive. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Getting ready for Christmas, live here at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive. All right, you have a stat for the people.
Why? These are the 10 most unbreakable stats in the National Football League. I'm going to start at number 10. Willie Anderson had 336 yards receiving in one game. Has anybody ever come close to that you remember? I mean, somebody had over 200 recently, but 336 in a game. This was in 1989?
Probably not.
No, it doesn't give me the year on that. Number 9, stat, which will be broken.
Calvin Johnson had 329 in 2013.
Okay, there's one. That's right. But not recently, nobody's come close.
26. Julio had 300 in 2016. So that's the closest, or since the Calvin Johnson.
Willie Anderson had 15 catches, 336 yards in this game. All right, number 9, stat. Don Hudson had 29 points in one quarter. Arguably the greatest receiver of all time. October 7, 1945, during a 57-21 win over Detroit, Hudson scored 4 touchdowns in the second quarter, and he kicked 5 point after that.
I was about to say, I'm like, what? Did he kick it?
How many interceptions lead the National Football League all time?
Okay. Like career-wise?
Career-wise.
420.
Interceptions?
Yeah, I don't know.
81.
Oh, 81.
Good Lord. Paul Krause had 81.
In a year?
No, in a career.
In a career?
81. 81. Charles Woodson had 58.
Oh, I thought you meant by a quarterback.
No.
Okay, that's my bad.
Oh, here's one for you. Jim Hardy.
I thought we were talking about a quarterback.
Jim Hardy threw 8 interceptions in the game, 1950. We'll keep going. Let me go up to number 1. Brett Favre started 297 straight games at quarterback. That's number 6.
Yeah.
The 49ers had 18 consecutive road wins from 1988 to 90. That'll never happen again. George Blanda. How many seasons did George Blanda play?
23.
Oh, 26. Almost got within 2. Here's the stat they said on every broken.
Blanda's the oldest player to play, right?
It is. Yep. Derek Thomas had 7 sacks in one game in 1990 versus Seattle Seahawks. He sacked Dave Craig 7 times. The record has stood since then, since 1990. There have been a couple people that have come close, but 7 sacks in one game. They think this is the NFL's most unbreakable stat. 7.
I'd probably agree with that because I just think pass rushers today are different. Plus the offenses are too good.
Right?
You know how they can, like we played the clip of Kirk Cousins last week talking about how defenses can disguise things. I think offenses can too.
So in this game, Derek Thomas is he is in the backfield every time. Dave Craig ducks down. Thomas misses him. Dave Craig throws a Hail Mary. Seattle beats the Chiefs in 1990. So all those 7 sacks did not help.
2 years ago, Khalil Mack came close. He had 6. So 6 has been done 6 times. Khalil Mack, Adrian Claiborne in 2017, Osi Umenora in 2007, Derek Thomas did it again, 98. Fred Dean in 83, and that's 6.
Well, Fred
So
Dean.
that is 5 times. Yeah. And then there's been 2 5.5s, Alden Smith and William Gay. But
see, I don't mind the Derek Thomas because you're not adding an extra game.
yeah,
Like some of these stats.
Yeah, that's one game.
Yeah, you're adding from 14 to 16 to 17. This is a one-game stat that he's done to get it down. But Favre, 297 straight starts. Holy cow, man.
yeah, that's pretty good. We'll squeeze Charlie in real quick. Charlie, what you got?
Hey, am I on?
Go ahead.
What's up, man?
Hey, on that game that Derek Thomas had 7 sacks, on the last play of the game, he grabbed Craig, and Craig broke loose from him and threw a Hail Mary and won the game with a Hail Mary. He could have had 8 sacks on the last play of the game.
In that game, Derek Thomas, they lost that game?
Derek Thomas had 7 sacks in that game, and on the last play of the game, he let him get out of his hand, and Dave Craig threw a dadgum bomb and scored a touchdown and won the game. Could have had 8.
Holy cow. Thank you, buddy. I
Thanks,
had no
Charlie.
idea.
Appreciate it.
Man.
Thank
Love
you,
y'all.
Charlie.
Take care.
Love you,
Yeah,
buddy.
Appreciate you.
Wow. You think with a stat like that, you know? Man, must be one of my 2 ex-wives because he didn't listen to me either. So I get tuned out quite a bit.
I got nothing.
I have tuned in Tokyo, though.
Yeah, well,
Back in 1943.
Not going down this road again.
yeah. 615-737.
Not a radio station, for those wondering.
1025. We know. We'll have more coming in hour number 3. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive. Nice crowd here on this Tuesday before Christmas, our last show of the week, as we're going to take a few days off to be with family, but we're going to spend this last hour just having fun.
Good old time.
Okay, I have a hypothetical.
Okay.
Because we're talking about, records and stuff like that. Like one of our texters said, random fact, Tom Brady never took a snap with his team being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because the only time he missed the playoffs was that year he got hurt.
2008, when Bernard Pollard hit him.
Yep. So here is the hypothetical.
Okay.
It's the last drive of the Super Bowl. You got, I'll say, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the ball game. You have one timeout and the 2 minute. Who's your quarterback? Who's your running back? Who's your tight end? And give me 2 or 3 receivers. And if you want to give me the O-line, you can. But
I'll just give you one receiver. I'll keep it simple.
Okay.
I'm taking, this is a good one. Quarterback into the game.
To win the game.
I'm taking Joe Montana.
All right.
There's not a question in my mind. Receiver, I got to go Jerry Rice.
All right.
And then what's the other one?
Running back.
Probably Marshall Faulk.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
I just think watching Montana do the John Candy drive in the Super Bowl was a thing of beauty that has not been reciprocated. Has not been done since. I'll give you those 3. You?
What about tight end?
Tight end? Probably tight end, man. That's a good one. I love Mark Bavaro, the Giants. Okay. He was always open.
For me, I need to look this up. Like quarterback that statistically is the best in the 2 minute.
No,
but
I need you.
No, I know. But I'd be curious.
Okay.
Of who it would be.
Aaron Rodgers, pretty damn good.
Rodgers is good. Rodgers has hit some Hail Marys in his career. I'll take Brady. Give me Brady. Give me Randy Moss. I'll go old school on the tight end. Kellen Winslow.
Pretty good.
Give me Winslow. And then running back, I know I'm going to be throwing it more, but I want somebody at the goal line. Give me the bus. Jerome Bettis.
It's a good one.
At the goal line.
I think the quarterback thing is the intriguing part of this.
Yeah.
That's the engine.
Yeah.
Right? I just think Montana, and Brady. I think Brady is so
good. I could have
good.
said Gronk, obviously, but
I think Brady is so good that we've retired into the rafters.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's like. Yeah. Besides Brady, who would you get? One of those things.
Drew Brees. Drew Brees would be good. Well, look,
you're talking 2 minute drive.
Yeah. All right, now I'm curious. Now I want to.
Like in today's game, I think there's only one quarterback who stands out.
Mahomes?
Stafford,
yeah, that's a good one.
In a 2 minute drive. Mahomes is great, but injured. But yeah.
All right. Let's see. I'm trying to find active quarterbacks with the highest touchdown percentage in the 2 minute drill.
Oh my God, Mariota.
No, even worse. 14.3%. This is stupid. I already don't like the stat. Malik Willis. These are active quarterbacks.
Is the best 2 minute drive quarterback right now?
Yeah. Active. But because he's barely done it. He's done it in 3 games.
Oh, you got to have at least.
He's 12 of 14, 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that's this year. Number 2 is Joe Milton, also this year. But he's 8 of 11, 110 yards and 1 touchdown.
What stat did you put in?
I said active quarterbacks with the highest touchdown percentage in the 2 minute drill.
How about who's had the most the fourth quarter comebacks? Put that down.
Okay.
And I'm not sure who it is, but that's my thing is like who's done it repeatedly and done it well and in big-time games.
NFL fourth quarter comeback, single season leader since 1950. All right. there are two tied for first, and they are both active.
Aaron Rodgers.
That is incorrect.
Wow. Sam Darnold.
Aaron Rodgers is way down.
Fourth quarter comebacks?
NFL fourth quarter comeback, single season leader since 1950. So most in one season.
Okay. I have no idea.
One was done in 2022. One was done in 2016. You said Rodgers.
Yeah.
But you just mentioned another guy a few minutes ago.
Sam Darnold?
Nope.
I have no clue.
Matthew Stafford.
Oh, okay.
In 2016, he had 8. In 2022, Kirk Cousins had 8 with Minnesota. There are 2 with 7. 2016, Derek Carr. And in 2009, man.
Peyton.
Yep.
Oh, that's a weird. I thought there'd be, I don't know.
There's a bunch with, D-May said Stafford. There's a bunch with 6. Drew Brees, Ed Brown in 1963.
Eddie B.
John Elway in 85. Peyton in 99. Marino in 92. Dan Pastorini in 1978. Big Ben in 2021. Caleb Williams in 2025.
None of those quarterbacks you mentioned in that year won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's probably right. So with 5, 1979. Let's see if you can get it.
Bradshaw.
Nope.
Stabler. Brian Sipe.
NFC.
These all 5 in the NFC.
No, it just this is. I'm just getting you to name one quarterback. We
Ron
did this
Jaworski?
5 times.
Staubach.
Nope.
Bob Avellini. Is this 1979?
Yes.
Jim Hart.
Nope.
Is he a quarterback that we know?
Yeah, you should know the name.
In the NFC. Steve Bartkowski.
Steve Bartkowski. That is correct.
From Cal.
With the Atlanta Falcons. Brady had 5 in 2013. Kerry Collins had 5 in 2002 with the Giants.
Damn.
Jake Delhomme had 5.
With the
Carolina.
Panther? Okay, Carolina.
Yeah. Josh Freeman had 5 in 2010.
Gosh.
Justin Herbert had 5 in 2021. Mahomes had 5 last year. Don Majkowski.
Quarterback for Brett Favre.
89.
What is this? Most comebacks in a year?
Yeah, this is in a season.
Okay.
Eli had 5 in 2011. Bo Nix has had 5 this year. Dak had 5 in 2016. Jake Plummer had 5 in 98 with Arizona. Jim Plunkett had 5 in 82 with the Raiders. A lot of quarterbacks have had 5. So
that's the thing is that, look, you get elite status because you do big time things and big time games, and that's Montana and Brady and Bradshaw and all the usual.
I thought
suspects.
Brady would have had more. I really did. Like Stafford's a good one because he pops up on this list quite a bit. But I would have thought Brady would have, but I guess they were leading so much, so probably wouldn't.
And he did it without really a big time receiver throughout that whole time.
No,
he only had Moss for a couple of seasons.
The picture they have of Peyton is so perfect. On he's got that 5 head. And he's like, all right, man. Just giving you the stare down.
Big old head. I think the Brady Moss thing is so good. Had they won in 07, that probably would have been the greatest combo of all time. Winning the Super Bowl adds to that. But I'll never forget the game when they beat the Titans 56-0. I mean, none of us will ever forget that game because you could not turn away watching Brady and Moss in the snow against the Titans that day.
So here we go. Byron says Brady, LeGarrette Blount, Julian Edelman, and who's Brink?
Chad Brinker. He's the GM something of the Titans.
Gronk. He meant Gronk. Let's see. Todd and Gallatin says Elway, Warwick Dunn, Calvin Johnson, Antonio Gates.
Gates is so good, man.
Al says Brady, Barry Sanders, Gronk, and Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I mean, Fitzgerald is so underrated because he was those terrible Arizona teams.
I know. Could you imagine him with like even like the Cowboys, but yeah, with Brady.
I mean, you saw what happened when Fitzgerald got a good quarterback in 08, went to the Super Bowl. So good.
We'll get some calls on this and take your text. 615-737-1025. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game here on this Tuesday.
Oh, I love this song.
All right, you know what? We need to give away our. I'm gonna have some fun with this. We need to give away our 12 Days of Christmas. For a Moment's Peace, $100 gift card for a Moment's Peace. located at 9050 Carruthers Parkway in Franklin. And also, you qualify to win a $1,000 Genesis Diamonds gift card. You have to answer a trivia question. That song is done by the group Wham, featuring George Michael and who's the other guy?
So easy. One Don Shula.
615-737-1025. You got to tell Dr. Crane who is the other member of Wham besides George Michael. And you will win that gift card.
Does Dr. Crane even know?
Probably not.
Yes.
Did
Okay.
you know?
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Google's great, isn't it?
Yeah, Google's fantastic. I mean, it gets you through a lot.
First caller, right?
Yeah, whoever gets it right
Okay.
first. And I've noticed nobody's calling, so that means they're Googling right now. So our question we kind of threw out there is you get a quarterback, a receiver, a running back, and a tight end. Last drive of the game, 2-minute drill to win. Who would you go with? D-May says a young Big Ben, Calvin Johnson, Gronk, and then LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay.
Be a good group from his era. Dr. Crane said Aaron Rodgers, Mike Allstott, Jason Witten, and then he went 2 receivers, Marius Colston and D-Mace.
Okay. Colston's an interesting choice there, Dr. Crane.
I don't
No,
know.
what are you kidding me? He's like 10,000 yard receiver for the Saints.
Hey,
Yeah.
pal. Interesting choice, I said.
That's okay. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks, bub.
All right.
By the way, one texter said, didn't Tannehill lead the league one season with 5 fourth-quarter comebacks? That was 2020. He did. That is true. I forgot all about that. More texters, 0625, Steve, Eddie, Frank, and D-Mace.
They got it done,
They
man.
did get it done.
Yep.
3079, Tannehill, Henry, Brown, Janu,
Oh, yeah.
that group. I mean,
21.
Yeah, I mean, well, that could have been 2020.
Could have been 2020.
Bear wants to weigh in on this. Bear, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, I was I think I would go with Gronk for tight end. I'd say Emmitt Smith, but if I need the guy to catch passes, I'd say Roger Craig. Then our wide receiver, man, I'm gonna say Stanley Morgan. Y'all remember Stanley Morgan from UT?
I do. Yeah, he played with the Patriots.
Yeah, he played. That's right, Stanley Morgan, baby, Stanley Steamer. And I want to say Elway's quarterback.
Okay.
And Merry Christmas, you guys, and have a good holiday.
Merry Christmas to you,
buddy.
Bear. Appreciate it.
All right, yes, sir.
I'm surprised you didn't say Marino.
Just
Because Marino's your favorite quarterback, right?
He is, but I just watching Montana in that Super Bowl drive and all the Super Bowls was just there's something about him, And Marino didn't have that great of a cast. It's not his fault. I mean, Clayton and Duper were great, but he just didn't have the running back and all that. But I'll take Marino all day, every day. But in that position, that moment, I'm taking Joe Montana.
Maybe the question is you actually have a real collective group. So like McNair, Eddie, D-Mace, Wycheck.
Then I'm taking Bradshaw, Franco, Lynn Swan, Stallworth, and I think Benny Cunningham. Not Benny. Cunningham. Well, God, Joe, you know his name? Not Benny Cunningham.
The tight end?
For the Steelers, during that time was really good. But I'm taking those guys.
Did we get a winner, Dr. Crane?
Yes. Charlie.
Okay.
Oh.
And Joe, the answer is?
Andrew Ridgely.
That's right.
Who that song, by the way, hit number one. It's number one song in the world right now.
Is it?
And they'll make more money off of it.
Well, didn't George Michael die on Christmas?
Right around here, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 9 years ago.
Because he did, 2016. He was born my birthday, June 25th. And then, so we shared a birthday. And then he died on Christmas.
Christmas Day he died?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Big George Michael fan here.
Just got to have faith, man.
So who's your collective?
I don't know, man. That's tough. I mean, that group from 2007, 2008 with Brady. So it would have been Brady, Moss. Who was the tight end?
Benjamin Watson
Probably.
or Daniel Graham or one of those.
I don't even remember who the running back was. Because
That's the problem.
Because it was Brady and Moss. Like that's
was
really
it Corey Dillon maybe on the? I don't remember.
After.
That's the thing. That's why Brady's the great. Look at
Was
the
that
cast
what
he had
year
around
is that?
him.
2007.
The 17-0 team.
Yeah.
Or 16-0, whatever it was. 19-0. They lost the Super Bowl.
Josh McDaniels was the OC. That's what's nuts about that. So let's see. Brady. He had Moss, Wes Welker, Lawrence Maroney, Sammy Morris. Yeah, it was mainly, I think, Lawrence Maroney.
Yeah. So when you think about great teams in the Super Bowl driving down, that because Brady didn't have a
Kevin Falk was on that team.
complimentary cast around him. It's guys who filled admirably, but Brady was the engine. But I'm taking that. I'm taking the Steelers team. Just Swan, Stallworth.
He had what's so nuts about that is he had two receivers over 1,000 yards. Randy was at almost 1,500, and Wes Welker was at 1,175.
Wes Welker is a story that I don't know why more teams don't do this. He was killing Belichick with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Killing him.
Yeah.
Bill's like, no more of this. I'm going to go out. I'm going to sign Wes Welker. And he signed.
Yep, he did.
Although I don't think Wes Welker won a Super Bowl with the Patriots.
I don't think he did.
And then Giselle got mad because he couldn't catch. She had that comment. My husband can't do it all.
Yeah. Wes Welker had 8 touchdowns that year, and Randy had 23.
Crazy, man. That's just a crazy. And they didn't win it all.
Yeah. It's still one of the greatest teams ever put together. But
it is. But a
didn't win it
team,
all.
you have to be accented with a championship.
Randy Moss never won a Super Bowl either.
He was on. He made the Super Bowl with the 2012 Niners.
Yeah.
And
And he made it with the Patriots that year, but he never won.
Yeah, but he had a couple of chances. Like Kevin Dyson made it back to the Super Bowl with the Panthers in 03.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's right.
Never got it done.
Yeah, Randy made it. So Randy made it twice, I think.
Then with the Vikings, then with the Raiders, won the Patriots.
Yeah.
Not here. And then won with the 49ers.
When did the Patriots lost to the Giants in
07 and 11?
Yeah. So Randy had gotten traded at that point.
Remember he got cut.
Or cut, yeah.
Bitched about the food, right?
Yeah.
And they cut him and went to the Vikings. And then the Vikings dumped him, and the Titans picked him up here, which still was the most odd.
Targeted
moment.
16 times, 6 receptions for 80 yards.
When he was here?
Yeah.
Because of Rusty Wilson. Oh, not Rusty. What's Rusty's last name?
Smith.
Rusty Smith. Who the hell is Rusty Wilson?
Rusty.
I'm just making up names now.
That's fine.
Rusty.
You got 30 minutes left. You can make up all you want. We're live today. Santa Fe here on Music Valley Drive. Appreciate them for having us. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game. I could listen to Frank all day. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game. One of my favorites. Good job, Dr. Crane. A classic for sure. Hanging out here at Santa Fe on Music Valley Drive. Appreciate them for having us today. And we're rounding third, headed for home.
We are. Real quick, this whole Daltz thing that's closing up.
Yeah, I literally was just seeing this.
So it's somebody stepping in to buy it now?
I just saw Clay Travis tweet about that. That I guess Ben and Max Goldberg have stepped up to save it. Aren't those the guys that had the bar with him on Broadway?
Like the Patterson House,
Yeah.
maybe some of those things. But
Yeah.
I just feel like somebody could step up and save an iconic spot, although it's not, downtown, but we all have a Daltz store.
Everybody's
Everybody's got
Mom
one.
and I would go there all the time.
Yeah.
I was just there not long ago because it's not too far from my house.
Yeah.
There on Whitebridge Road. So
Maybe it can't. I mean, maybe you guys all go gaga over In-N-Out Burger, but with this like a national institution like Daltz is just a lot of
my thing is like, and look, we're all guilty of this, but when a place closes, like, oh, I love that place, and then you go, well, when was the last time you were there? And that's the hard part.
Then you get the silent. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm guilty of this.
Yeah, we're all guilty of it.
I haven't been to Daltz in years.
So
And then I think Rivergate Mall is closing on this weekend, like one store, maybe two are going to be left as anchor stores, but the mall itself is shutting down.
Oh, is it?
That's what I was told.
Man.
I think Dillard's is going to stay as an anchor store there, but as far as the mall,
Well, that's what happened with Bellevue for a while. Is Sears stayed open, then Dillard's, and then I think
see ya.
eventually, yeah. So actual malls that are left: Green Hills, Opry Mills, Cool Springs.
Yeah, I mean, is there one more? Stones River Mall and Murphy. Is that Murfreesboro still there?
I think it's there.
But Acre Hall and Rivergate were the ones growing up that we
And
all.
Bellevue.
I didn't do Bellevue as much because I had.
Well,
weaned out. But for you, yes.
Yeah. Like I used to go when I got into, high school or middle school and high school, like, we just go hang out. just hang out at the mall and walk around, hang out in the food court.
That was in the game room at Hickory Hollow Mall. Was it Tilt?
Tilt. They had a Tilt at Bellevue.
Yeah. The only time I had a conversation with Jelly Roll, we talked about Tilt at Hickory Hollow Mall.
Oh, that's cool.
But going there and just blowing all your money and hanging out. Nobody caused troubles. It was a good old time back in the day then.
No. Well, because that was the thing. Like, it was a different world then, but your mom could drop you off at the mall and knew where you'd be.
Yeah, that's the same way at Opryland USA. Mom would drop you off, and you wouldn't show back up until I'll be here at 9 and don't be late, you little bastard. And then you'd show up at 9 o'clock. You'd be there, and boom, all that for. But yeah, so hopefully that could be saved, and then see what we could do for history, man. I know, just crazy. It's like your grandpa probably knew about the Hippodrome. Like
my dad knew about the Hippodrome.
Your dad, my mother, and her
dad
gang
used to go to wrestling there.
Hung out there, ice roller skating. That was the thing. Now you would never know that place even existed, right there on the interstate in Broadway.
Dr. Crane, who was the wrestling manager that he had the cane we were talking about that your grandfather knew?
Saul Weingroff.
Yeah, him. Dad talked about him all the time, and that he was wrestling. I think it was either Tojo or he wasn't wrestling, but there was a match and Jackie or Tojo or somebody broke the cane and threw it under the ring. And my dad made my uncle, who was probably 5 or 6 at the time, jump the railing, crawl under the ring, and grab the cane.
Oh, I love that.
But which you could not do nowadays, but back then you could, because my grandfather knew Mr. Goulas very well. And so
it. What's the one spot that's gone that you miss? Mine's easy, but I want to answer from you.
It's probably Opryland.
Dr. Crane?
Great question, Joe. I'm going to have to think on that for a second.
For me, go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead, and then I'm going to give you another one.
I miss Flitzer's Pizza.
Yep.
I know it's just that you never got more than a 1-star Google rating because it was cardboard pizza, but it was our cardboard pizza. It was
Right.
ours. It was our.
You took me there one
hangout.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great, man.
With Hair Metal Henry. I think we met up with him. And
That sorry guy never spent a dime. He always people buy it for him.
okay, did you ever go to Ashland City?
No.
Okay, so you may not know this place, but there was a place in like downtown Ashland City, right in the middle of town called Stratton's. It was a great like diner, and we would drive out there to go to that place. And it's a Walgreens now, like most
Stratton
things. Yep. That was the family that owned it, and they sold it, made great money on selling it to Walgreens.
Never heard of that. It's hard to top the Opryland. That's the one.
There was down on Murfreesboro Road, Fifth Quarter. Remember Fifth Quarter?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The sign's still there.
Sign's still there. Yeah. Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
that Walgreens might be closed
I don't know.
because I drove by it yesterday and it didn't look open.
There are still signs in town on the interstate for Opryland USA.
Yeah.
Interstate signs. Opryland USA shut down in 1997.
Yep.
And there are still interstate signs to get over there.
And it bugs me to my core to this day because I was old enough. I was 10 years old, and I was old enough to know when they put that damn hangman in there that was the end. That was the dumbest thing they could have ever done. I went on that thing one time, and I was like, never again.
Really? I remember it got stuck.
It got stuck. Somebody fell off of it. You never felt like your feet were dangling, like it was loose, like you didn't feel secure. And like it was going so fast, like my neck got caught.
You just recreation.
Yeah, I did.
Hit your head on the wall. I just think it would have been cool to have Opryland here like this time of season.
Oh, yeah.
Like go to the park at night when it's like 40, 45 degrees.
Say yours, Dr. Crane. That's a good one.
Rotiers.
Yep. Rotiers is a good one. That whole block,
gone.
The Rock Block, the Gold Rush, Rotiers. I know the soda shop's still there, but it didn't move.
No, it still got remodeled.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah.
I mean, exit in, but like Dad used to talk about going down to, they'd go to the exit in and see, usually it was Neil Young or Buffett, and then walk across the street to Gold Rush.
Yeah. Those were the day. I mean, those were the whole block is gone now. And Rotiers.
Starwood.
Only because Buffett talked about Rotiers and what a great place it was, really got a lot of international acclaim.
Well, and isn't a little bit Cheeseburger in Paradise is based off of, there is a Cheeseburger in Paradise, but I think Rotiers influenced it as well.
I don't know. Something on, he was at sea for 2 weeks and wanted a hamburger, and he showed up at some restaurant on the beach, and they didn't have it.
The line, warm beer and bread, they said would raise the dead, is like one of my all-time favorite lines.
That's pretty true, right?
James wants to weigh in on places he misses.
Hey, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, when y'all brought up – I live in Ashland City and have lived there most of my life, and y'all brought up Stratton's. And for me, the best bacon cheeseburger in the world was at Stratton's. It had such a 1950s feel to it. You could go there and get shakes. I remember playing Little League Baseball. If we won the game, our coach would take us and pay for shakes. Yeah, we missed that in Ashland City. And even though we're good friends with the Stratton family, everybody knows the Strattons. They're just a pillar of our community. But I'll tell you one thing that y'all didn't miss, and somebody mentioned Opryland. My mom, when I was in the summer, my mom would buy me and my best friend summer passes, and she would just drop us off there at 11 o'clock and say, I'll pick you up at 5. In those days, you didn't think about your safety. The kids, you just didn't worry about that, you know. So I miss Opryland too. But I'll tell you, an institution here in Nashville that's been gone for probably 20 years that I love, that was the Cooker. Do you all remember the Cooker restaurant?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have beautiful memories of after church going to the Cooker, man. They had such a great menu, and that's the one place I think off the top of my head that you guys didn't mention that I missed more than anything. And I just wanted to chime in about Stratton's. I appreciate you giving Ashland City some love, and you guys have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll talk to y'all sometime next year.
You too, James. Appreciate the call.
Chaser, you could run for mayor in Ashland City now with that.
Little AB says the Wrangler.
Heck yeah. Best bar ever, man. It's hard to understand how special that bar was.
Couple of people say Vandyland on West End was a good one.
Yep.
Oh, how about this, B-Man? I miss Denim and Diamonds in the Madison Square. Had a lot of good times and great music.
4 bars under one, man. That really kind of set the tone for everything.
Look at the phones.
All right. Interesting sports talk.
Yeah.
Crickets. What do you miss?
Davis Kidd Bookstore.
Davis Kidd.
Yeah, they had a restaurant in there too. All right, I'm going to run through these real quick. Guy, what you got?
Yes, I just want to know if you guys remember a restaurant on Murfreesboro Road called Judy's.
No, I don't remember that.
I don't remember that one.
Look it up, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tim,
Hey,
what
guys.
you got?
Before it was Vandyland, it was Candyland.
Okay.
On West End. And then also downtown, Vietti's Chili had a restaurant.
I don't know if I remember that.
Yes, I remember. Yeah. Was that by the arcade?
Yeah, down there, yes. And it was had like a bar in there, and it was the ones that actually still make the Vietti chili today, but they had a restaurant downtown Nashville.
Huh. That's a good one. Thank you, Tim.
All right, bye.
All right, Scott, real quick.
As a kid, the ultimate fine dining experience was the Sailmaker, where you had, the waiters and waitresses dressed up as comic book characters, and that was just, that was the. I ordered a second on the cooker. That's still my all-time favorite restaurant. I bought stock in the cooker in the '90s, but started going down. They just expanded way too far, way too fast. I lived in Memphis for a while. We ate at the cooker like 4 times a week probably, and was going to the cooker in Atlanta, but they didn't have the same rolls. And then I started, I went to the cooker in Charlotte, and they opened one in Pittsburgh, and then it all fell apart. But the one there right in front of the stadium at Vandy, you could spend $30 to park on game days. Park underneath the stadium, and then you got $30 worth of food or drink inside. That was the best deal anywhere ever for tailgating or before or after the game. I really miss that place. Hunter Hillenmeyer's dad's one of the originators, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. Thank you for the call, Scott. Appreciate it. So it was in where Jay Alexander's is now?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, I mean, we went there all the time. Very good stuff. We obviously love going down memory lane. The Spaghetti Factory, unfortunately, that's certainly one of them.
Right?
Tower Records.
My goodness.
Went in there quite a bit. We'll come back with What Day Is It and celebrity birthdays to wrap up the week. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I barely hear myself.
You getting attacked over there?
I don't know. Oh, there we go. I guess it got turned down. I was like, what in the world is going on here, Bobby? Live at Santa Fe here on Music Valley Drive.
There we go.
Is that better?
A little bit.
Oh, here we go. That got turned down. I was like, what in the
Came
world?
in like Richard Sturman on Oak Ridge Boys.
I couldn't hear myself, so that was the that was the problem. So appreciate them for having us here today. I wish we could get more phone calls on nostalgia and everything because that was great. But with that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
All right, a little short list again, like yesterday. Festivus Day is today.
It is Festivus.
Human Light Day, National Bake Day. You could bake something, I don't know. National Christmas Movie Marathon Day. And
Nice.
the last two we have here is National Roots Day. Oh, boy. It's a cookie. National Pfeffernuss Day.
Bless you.
Pfeffernuss, something like that. It's got the little dots over the U, so I'm not sure how to pronounce that. But
Dots over the U.
Yeah,
And your parents pay good money to send you to Ryan.
well, they didn't teach me
Dots
to,
over the U.
they didn't ask me to go learn German, okay? So I think it's German. It's one of those Nordic, That's all we got. We'll just go to the Pfeffernuss. Yeah, that was close.
Yeah. And I don't know what those little dots are called either, but I went to McGavin, so I got an excuse. Pfeffernuss are, which are small cookies originated in or largely popular in Central Europe and Germany. Little Danish cookies.
Germany. I was right, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, at private school education, all right.
All right, time for celebrity birthdays. Got these within two, America's favorite segment. All right, Dr. Crane, because you being a jerk, you get to go first. All right, you ready?
Sure.
How old is former Georgia Tech and San Diego Charger head football coach Bobby Ross today?
52.
Not only is that wrong, but you answered it with such passion, like you're in a show tune.
83.
89. Chase, how old is? Hold on here.
Your computer messed up again.
How old is Jack Ham? Former Steelers linebacker.
78.
72.
77. Chase on the board with one. Good job there. Dr. Crane, how old is Jim Harbaugh?
64.
Jim Harbaugh, 60.
He is 62. That's a push with you two guys.
Okay.
Chase, how old is former Houston Oilers linebacker Lamar Lathan?
63.
67.
58. Dr. Crane, how old is the guy who fumbled for the Titans in the playoff game versus the Ravens, which enabled Derek Mason to beat the Titans? Algie Crumpler.
53.
47.
He is 48. Chase up 2-0. I got to get this other birthday. It's killing me because I can't read my writing. All right. Chaser, how old is Harry Shearer?
The voice of Mr. Burns and many others on The Simpsons, and also proud star of the movie This Is Spinal Tap. Harry Shearer is 75.
77.
82.
Wow.
Chase, how old is Susan Lucci? Remember, she lost like 77 Emmy Awards.
62.
60.
She is 79. Our final birthday. Thought you're going to get to go. You're down 2-0. How old is Eddie Vedder? Who, by the way, in this picture is like 4'8". Is he that small? I guess. Anyway, Eddie Vedder.
58.
Dang, that's what I was going to say. 59.
61. Chase wins 3-0.
All
Well
right.
done.
Thank you.
Dr. Crane, I will see you out here at Santa Fe in about 30 minutes.
Okay.
That you will. I want to just say thank you to everybody. As again, this is our last show of the week. We're going to have some great programming through the holidays so we can spend some time with our families, including the best of the game, kind of going through some different stories of 2025 that you can hear, and also a ton of play-by-play, including Cowboys Commanders on Christmas Day. You got the Hawaii Bowl between Cal and Hawaii tomorrow night, and then Nick and Connor will be back Friday morning from 9 to noon for a little weekend huddle action as well. But just want to say thanks to all our great listeners and everybody who has participated and hung out with us. And we'll have a few more shows in 2025, but on the home stretch.
There we go. Again, listen, we're really grateful for you guys. Everybody's reached out the last 2 years, and our message of mental health for our guys out there. Stay strong. I am so grateful. We've talked to so many of you guys. Once you start talking, things open up, and I know that you're here. I know there's some of you still battling some things, but here's my advice next few days. Be present in the moment. Be present with your family, right? Take lots of pictures. Please do that for me. Be present there and find the gratitude. And, again, continue asking God for opportunities every day and watch him work miracles in your life. Miracles happen every single day. Your life is one of those. So keep praying. Keep being here. I tell you all the time, our world's a better place because you are here. And if you are struggling, please reach out and talk to somebody. We'll talk to you any time of the day. Call us anytime. We're here for you. I want you to know that we love you. We mean that. And more importantly, more than anything else in this entire world, know that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. DVD is coming up next on 102.5 The Game.